Leading things off on January the 12th, which is right around the corner. It's like we came out of the new year and here we are. Bam! Mavs Method will hold their January Refresh event, and joining us with the details on this powerful way to start the year, we have founder Maeve Richmond. Welcome
Hi.
to the show.
Thank you very
How
much.
are you?
I'm
What's
great.
it all about? What are we going to do? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy new beginning.
Yeah.
Happy New You.
It's a great time for new things. So this Thursday, so two of the most common goals that people tend to set for themselves in the new year are to get organized at home and to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I've joined forces with Dr. Ingrid Eshstein, who is the founder of Value Lifestyle, which is an integrative nutrition and health firm. And Maeve's Method, we do home organization. And we're going to put these two major goals together and help people to focus on the kitchen.
Well, you can start right here.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to get the holiday off of me just a little bit.
Yeah,
So
well,
tell us more about it.
yeah, so basically Ingrid will be, and her team will be focusing on some strategies for how to achieve nutritional success. So they're the experts in the recipes and healthy eating. And I'll be bringing to the table organization tips for how to improve your kitchen environment in an intuitive way so that it's easy and really a complement and a partner in any goals you might have. Yeah.
Sometimes you stumble off of the couch into the kitchen and into the refrigerator.
Yes.
You just grab anything. And what's healthy eating? What's it all about?
Yeah, well, healthy eating is a little bit more of Ingrid's area, but what I will say in terms of organization is to give the example of stumbling off on the couch. So one of the things that we want to do to set ourselves up for success when we are trying to achieve nutritional success and organizational success in the kitchen is to start with the right intention and the right mindset. So one of the things really starts with it's inside work first, which is, thinking about what your goals are going to be for whether it's this month or the entire year, so that before you stumble off of the couch and kind of go for that thing you shouldn't have, you are first making kind of a contract with yourself that you're not going to do that.
Because stumbling off the couch to the refrigerator, that's the easy way out.
That's the easy way out. One of the tips that I actually offer, which is a super simple way to get started and kind of combines with that, I call it Toss 5. It's a super simple way to kind of get started. And it involves just opening the refrigerator and looking to toss, which usually means throw out, but 5 items that are old, expired, or might not match what your goals are for healthy eating. And that's just a good way. It's sort of like a ripping the Band-Aid, very simple way to kind of get started without a lot of pressure.
Now, how do you determine what's old? I mean, what's old, if you see the date on it, that means it can't be sold after that date at the store, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, well, so sometimes items do expire, so you can certainly look at the date on an item and see if it's expired, but old is also sort of an internal measure as well.
Yeah.
So an old ketchup bottle that's kind of crusty, or maybe there's just a little bit left, and you have to check in with yourself and say, well, that's the last time I actually used this.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just hold on to things out of a sense of obligation.
This.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of this.
Yep.
We don't need this.
And the other thing that tends to show up in the refrigerator are vegetables that kind of have gone bad or shriveled. So these
you
are
can
all
tell right away.
Yeah, these are simple, very easy ways that you can start to get
Yeah.
organized in the kitchen space to set yourself up. Yeah.
And then you replace it with what?
Sure. Well, at that point, depending on what your nutritional goals are, you would then start to replace it with, healthy items of your choice. So that's really Ingrid's team will be focusing on that at our workshop. From the organizational perspective, what we do is try to just start with a bit of a clean slate. So before you invite new things in, we sort of try to reduce down to get you your kitchen ready for new things.
What's the correlation between science and food?
Yeah, so one of the things that shows up that's very interesting is really about environment. So there's a connection between mood and food. And
I like that, mood and food.
yeah, and ultimately it's really about how we feel about ourselves. So if we are in a cluttered kitchen or an overwhelming kitchen or a kitchen that's not really designed for us, then we will, it makes us anxious sometimes, and it can be very subtle and subconscious, but it encourages us to eat unhealthy snacks or to reach for the easy things first. So, so that connection is very strong. And one of the things that I actually do in my work is talk about storing things with style. So
Storing things with style.
Yeah.
That's a book.
yeah.
Yeah, storing. I mean, you can write it.
I will,
Yeah,
I'm
there you
working
go.
on that.
I mean, you have to make things ergonomically correct in your kitchen also.
Yes, ergonomics definitely plays a role. So ergonomics is really about aligning your body in very simple ways so that you can very simply reach for things. So a great example is to think about identifying in your kitchen maybe the top 5 things that you use every day. Salt and pepper, simple utensils. And if you're constantly reaching or sort of doing something awkward, you're not setting your body physically up for success. And these little things can really sort of take us down a notch when we're trying to achieve our goals.
Does feng shui have
Yeah, a little
spot?
bit. So feng shui is a principle about energy, and I actually, in Maeve's method, we use a lot of very simple principles of energy. In my work, what I really do is talk a little bit more about intuition and gut. So a great example is I'll talk about color because it's about store with style.
Yes.
In my kitchen, for example, I chose years ago to paint very drab cupboards that I had inherited when I moved into my apartment blue. And so I get to be greeted every day by a blue kitchen, and I have yellow dishware. And that helps me to kind of enjoy the process of being in my kitchen and encourage, it's sort of like having a family member or a friend.
And that color is very, very important.
Yes.
Yes.
The color is important, and that's part of the science. So that then translates into what our brain is thinking. So our brain goes, oh, fun colors, fun dishware, fun plates, and that helps us to achieve health.
Because if you got the grays in, I mean, sometimes, you know, that color combination is okay, it's cool, but maybe it's kind of dreary and your mind doesn't really, you don't really recognize what's making you feel that way. But
Exactly.
It's the colors and
it can be very subtle. Another thing sometimes is people have a lot of mismatched plates, mismatched silverware. It's very subtle, and we don't have to go out and spend a lot of money to change these things.
That's FM's kitchen. He has a
Yeah. I've been in the dollar store where I'll see like colorful plates that are 99 cents each, and you know, you might choose to swap out your mismatched plates for something new and fresh. And not only will the color will help you, but taking the initiative of doing something new will also help.
You have something coming up where you're teaching, or you have
Yes, so we're doing a workshop this Thursday night, and the workshop's going to be fun. We're going to address the nutritional aspects, and Ingrid and her team will be making some healthy recipes, and I'm going to be giving some of my top tips for how to get organized in the kitchen. I've got some great top tips, which are also on my website right now. But
hot top tips.
Hot tips, things like introducing trays and second shelves, and some great easy tools for.
Can you give us a couple before you leave?
Yeah, one of my favorite is trays. So very simply, we often will tend to fill up our cabinets, our shelves with lots of goods, right? And we may organize them in groups that make sense to us, but it's still a little overwhelming when you go inside. What I like to do is introduce a simple tray. They're very inexpensive and easy to get, kind of like a cafeteria tray, but there's lots of fun colors these days. And group your items, put a tray underneath grouped items. So maybe if you like to drink tea, you can put a tray underneath your tea boxes and your honey, or if you like soup, so you put it underneath, and it actually becomes a little bit more like a display. So when you open your cabinet to pull down things, you can sometimes physically pull the tray down, or at least see them visually grouped, and that helps make for easier choices in the kitchen.
I'm going to try that when I get home.
Yeah.
It may get rearranged again by someone there.
Possibility.
You know, because I can do one thing, and my wife comes in and, hey, let's do it this way.
Well, elements of teamwork in the kitchen
I should send it to you.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. Definitely something I like to talk about.
Yes.
Teamwork in the
Great,
kitchen.
great. All right, so that's going to take place on Thursday.
Yes, so our event is Thursday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Down nearby Wall Street. And there's information on my website, which is maevesmethod.com. That's MAEVESMETHOD.com. Also our Facebook page. And we have a code right now. If people put in open, there's $15 off the ticket price.
There you go, maevesmethod.com.
Yes.
Now that sounds like a little show there, Maeve's Method.
I'm in.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Give
you,
a
Bob.
big round of applause, everybody. Maeve's Method. Maeve Richmond, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you so
by,
much
and
for
always
having me.
stop by and give us some more tips and
I would love to.
information
I
as
would
to
love
what you're
to.
doing.
Thanks so much.
All right, Maeve, we got to take a quick break right here, but coming up next, we'll get a preview of a free workshop to keep you informed. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.